I am fascinated by the fact that you can move through all these dimensions seamlessly. How do you find the mental agility to go in and work across these lanes?
So, first of all, we all have that mental agility. It's not agility so much as it is understanding that underlying everything else that you do, that I do as business people, it's the same lessons, right? It's the absolute same things. Things like trusting people, being able to delegate applies everywhere. I was misled by my business partner to think that running restaurants was somehow a form of complicated that was different from audiobooks, right? I mean, imagine the different disparity. There's 1,000 moving pieces in a restaurant, but in audiobooks, you're dealing with much, much bigger stakes. But what I realized at the end of the day, no, the lessons are the same, right? You surround yourself with good people. That is absolutely the first thing you do in any endeavor. Surround yourself with good people. Your job is just to make sure they can do their jobs, right? And then beyond that, it's experiment all the time. Like, out of 100 things that I try, 5 of them will work, right? And I have to not feel bad about the 95 that don't work. Right. I'll tell you something that happened at my Speakeasy, right? It took us a year to figure out how to get profitable. It was always busy, but it took us a year to get to profitability. What we discovered was we had this little back room where we would have a magician, and we would take our best customers and we would take them back there and say, hey, look, on top of your meal, you get to have this cool magic show. Oh, I love it, right? And then, so one day somebody said, why don't we charge for that? It's like, a charge for entertainment in a restaurant? That seems weird, right? So we put it on the menu. We called it, Isabel's our fake owner of the place. We called it Isabel's Bubbles on the menu. And if you pay $30 for a $2 glass of Prosecco, you also get a ticket to enter this mysterious back room just behind a sliding door. And you get to go see a cabaret performance or a magic show or a mentalist. That now accounts for 20% of all of our profits, right? But that was just one of, and I could go on and on about all the dumb things we tried that didn't work, but you just have to keep trying.
Yeah. Right? A lot of the really brilliant innovators that I talk to, they have a little bit of an instinct too, and they actually act on it, whereas most people, have those ideas but don't act on it. How do you play off your instinct, but it feels like you actually take action?
So I have a bias to action, but on the instinct thing, I got to tell you, I have horrible instincts. I've measured whether I'm good at hiring people. I'm terrible at hiring people, but I'm great at firing them. At new ideas, I'm, the original idea for audiobooks. The guy came to me, the person who became my partner, and he said, we're going to take audiobooks, we're going to package them up, and we're going to mail them out to people. $20 a month, unlimited, right? That's the exact model that Netflix used at the time, right? I said, that's the dumbest idea I've ever heard of. Nobody's going to go for that. He said, have you heard of a company called Netflix? I go, nope, who's that? And he gives me a press release across the table, and it says 400,000 customers, right? This is what they do. I go, okay. So my instincts on that were completely wrong. But what I've learned over many, many years is just run the experiment. What's the cheapest, quickest experiment you can run to prove whether or not this idea is going to work? Right. So for example, when we hire people, we have them actually do the job. When we hire customer service people, we put them in a room, we pretend that everybody else has gone out for lunch, and we have them answer an angry phone call from a customer with no training whatsoever. People can do that, right? People, you might think it's too hard of a test. No, some people excel at it. Right. So it's what's the smallest, cheapest experiment you can do that substitutes for your instinct.